Not too many people went over the exam with me. I thought maybe I'd just go through a couple of questions here so more of you can hear from me, think and talk a little bit about some of the exam problems. I got a couple early ones here to begin. Let's take a look. First argument here, these three arguments here are just to identify what the conclusion was. First one says the Browns are awesome. They went undefeated last year. Yeah, right. And closed the season with a 35-point victory over the Giants in the Super Bowl. We don't have any special premise or conclusion indicator words here, so this one's a bit more challenging. We can look first and last for the conclusion. The conclusion here is that the Browns are awesome. Just got to think about how the different claims relate to one another. The Browns going undefeated last year, winning the Super Bowl by a big margin. Those are reasons to say that the Browns are awesome. It doesn't go the other way around. So here is our conclusion. And that's what you should have answered if you had this question. All right, next one. Yeah, logic is essential in assessing arguments, and good decisions are impossible without assessing arguments. It's interesting you really think about the content here. So, without logic, good decisions are impossible. This time we know from the word so, conclusion indicator word, that what follows is the conclusion. Without logic, good decisions are impossible. There are sometimes special ones that says so. If it says so, since, and then we have something else, and then another thing, that's what's going to be the conclusion there, since indicating a premise here sort of embedded within the conclusion. We don't have anything that complicated here, flat out. Conclusions without logic, good decisions are impossible. Why? Because logic's essential in assessing or evaluating arguments. And to make a good decision, you have to be able to assess an argument. So it says. Anyway, it's something to think about. All right, final one I have here. The occasion on which you meet someone is more important than your first date with that person. True first impressions are formed before the first date. Furthermore, actions are too scripted on the first date, and everyone knows it. So let me read over this and say, well, what's the person trying to prove? That reasons are given for it. It's the first thing. The person's trying to prove that the occasion when you meet someone is more important than your first date. It's a contentious claim. What's more and less important? Usually we give reasons for that. So the reasons are the premises, and the thing that the value judgment that we make is the conclusion. Furthermore is also a very important word here. Furthermore means here's a further reason. It's definitely a premise indicator. So that's pointing strongly towards the first claim. And indeed, in brackets here, the occasion in which you meet someone is more important than your first date. That is the conclusion. All right, that's a couple here. I'm going to break at this point.